plays out here, I imagine Sephiroth is going to be coming out here. Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely a much different game plan. And you know what? It might just be he wants to play Sephiroth because I'm not entirely sure how Sonic does against Aegis. I don't think it's exactly great. Aegis is one of those few characters that can really give Sonic some trouble. But I imagine Olimar is also a bit of a weird matchup for Sonic. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not the Sonic master. If you really want to know how good I am at Sonic, you can actually just check Twitter. There's a clip that's going around. It wasn't me, I promise. But Sephiroth definitely seems to be an answer for much of what Shuton's doing, except for that right there.
Oh yeah, that's just classic Mythra B&Bs. You gotta take that 50%, you gotta hold that 50%. Shuton finding all of these follow-ups, able to jump back onto the stage here nice and safe. He locked it down at the ledge. He dealt 75% basically uncontested, and now Ken's looking for, to get a tech chase going.
And right now, Ken already eaten 86% here. That's kind of the power of Aegis at the moment. But okay, good damage right here. Forces him in right back into Mythra, but let's see. Oh, okay. Sometimes you just gotta throw it out and you'll get it.
You gotta throw it out, but the way that Ken was able to find it, he dashed it just up close. He looked at Shuton's shield in the face, and then he dashed out. Shuton might have established that he was jumping a lot in that kind of a position. He might have been jumping a lot out of shield, and Ken was thus able to exploit it. Shuton coming back onto the stage here, looking for the juggle with up air, just gonna be landing back down, catching that air dodge, and I gotta say, the window to catch a neutral air dodge, fairly tight, but Shuton had it, he had it on lock, and the stock count is now even.
Well, right there, we just saw Mythra say, hey, my DLC better than your DLC. Here comes a, I guess, less busted version of Witch Time, but either way, right now, Shuton doing pretty decent, nothing super crazy, but Ken still very much in this game as he manages to take the lead with that down air.
Oh, yeah. Okay, just gonna be tossing him off stage with that bit of an F-throw and drop down, double jump up here. That was an optimal punish. Typically, like, I'm not gonna risk it, I'm just gonna get up attack. Well, Shuton had other plans for this.
All right, Shuton, oh, okay, going way off stage there. Be a little careful there, young fella. Trying to find a way to get some additional damage, put Ken in an awkward position, but now we got Pyra coming out. Never mind. I guess that was just for a little bit of show. I mean, you need a little bit more damage, but because, again, how light Sephiroth is, Pyra should be coming out. Yep, right here we go. Just be able to close out the stock very soon.
Oh my gosh, and what a good switch out to the Pyra, able to make it back onto the stage, avoiding Ken's edge guard, and now it is Shuton who is controlling center stage. Goes for the jump call out, doesn't actually find it, whiffing that F smash, but it's DLC, baby. If they whiff a button, you're already too late on punishing it.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Spot dodges galore, dash backs all over the place as these two try to really just kind of wrangle some space for themselves. With that back air, though, sometimes you just got to retreat and just let them chase you down. And that's exactly what Ken got there. Now maintaining a decent lead, nothing to get comfortable with as you got Pyra on the other side here. We're talking about some big hitboxes. Oh, right there, the turnaround, up tilt, and that's going to be able to close that out. One stack apiece for both players in game one.
That up tilt is huge. That would have covered so many different things because of just how much space Shuton is able to close in on against Ken. Down tilt into the neutral B. What is this loop? What is this loop?
Honestly, I would have loved it if they just did it again. And honestly, that just came down to Ken just not teching like in, which is probably what Shuton probably was really looking for. But that was definitely very strange. Like two consistent, all right, it's gonna fall out of whatever this neutral B is called. I don't know what it's called.
That was bizarre. That was actually like one of the most bizarre things I've seen from Aegis in a while. That is like somehow like new to me. I feel like I've seen a lot of Aegis. That situation was totally unbeknownst to me up until that moment. But now, Ken locking it down at the ledge. I like the option from Shuton. The jump side B, that's how he got back onto stage. He basically cut himself open and opening.
There you go, the forward throw. All right, just goes for an up smash straight up. And I mean, honestly, that was pretty close to taking the stock because just Sephiroth being so late. I know I sound like a broken record just repeating that over and over again, but it's a big factor, especially for how big the character is himself. But now you got Pyra out on the other side. Ken cannot afford to make any mistakes. Oh my God, the pressure. Just keeping him in shield. Goes for the turnaround up tilt. Wasn't able to get the hit that they wanted.
Yeah, indeed. Just dashing, shielding, dashing, shielding. Pyra Mythra has some of the best dash shield in the game, and that's going to be the down smash. Both of them rub the back of their heads in unison with the end of that game as Shuton takes this game. Man, that was like such a quick finish. That was almost like anticlimactic.
Yeah, like, that's like one of the funny things about this game, right? Every other Smash Bros. Game, when they land the hit that they need to close out the stock, right? They float away so slowly, and you're like, is that it? That should be it. And then you see the stock finally disappear. But in this game, when the kill screen, you know, pops up, and it's not, like, guaranteed, and it just fall off, you're just kind of like, oh, that game ended very abruptly. All right, you know, we'll take that. But anyways, we get to game 2 here. That was a pretty lengthy game 1. What do you think Ken needs to do differently here? I mean, for the most part, I feel like he's doing everything well. It's just, as soon as he gets up to that higher percentage, which you can't really stop Mythra from getting you to, I mean, Pyra just comes out and just ruins the party.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the biggest issue with Sephiroth, and that is people that are fast. If you're fighting against somebody that's fast, all of a sudden your big keep away options really do struggle to keep people away. And look at this Shuton. Option coverage king, downing to cover an upbeat to the ledge, and then able to make it back in time and still pop out an F smash to close that out because Ken couldn't immediately snap. I mean, if anybody snapped, it's Shuton. He is playing so good.
Yeah, that's terrifying, man. I mean, especially at this level in a tournament, you get 0 to death to start off a game. That's already a feels bad moment as it is, right? And there we go, getting out that side B just to give you a little bit of coverage, even though you still got hit. Oh! Okay. I was like, what's going to happen here? But we do get the right tech option, but also Shuton flubbing just a little bit.
Shuton flubbing a little bit, but it does not matter. He has this massive lead that he built up. It's okay to flub a little bit. Ken at 125 already. A parry punish F throw to put Ken off stage. If he DI'd in, it would have set up into a tech chase. Shuton right now is oppressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one way to describe this gameplay at the moment. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to neutral get up and just jump right over your massive up tilt. And we do see Ken with a little bit of life coming out. You saw Shuton attempt to go for the footstool once again. Was not able to get it.
Okay, dodging back down. Ken was not ready for that as a landing option whatsoever. But finally able to pinpoint that recovery, able to get that edge guard for himself. And now he has a whole bunch of damage to make up. Is Shuton mashing? He's pressing a lot of buttons safely, that's for sure.
I mean, when you have a character that can get away with it, why not mash? You know, I mean, if you got the frame data and you can continue to keep yourself safe, mash! What are you doing not mashing?
Oh my gosh, and what a run-up smash. That was like also so confident from Shuton too. Like, you know what? If you spot dodge, if you jump here, I am going to be able to punish this. I don't think you'll hold on to shield, and that's that kind of like meta gameplay that you want to see.
Right. Right now, in a last stock scenario here for Ken, 11% isn't too bad, but I mean, Shuton's been pedal to the metal this entire game. I mean, started off with a huge 0 to death. Took a little bit more time on that second stock, but as you can see, he does not look stressed one bit.
Yeah, no, not whatsoever. He is just constantly getting up in Ken's face saying, hey buddy, distance demon who? Absolutely not. And look at this, coming back in with the reverse down tilt as well, applying all of that pressure. It's like Ken cannot keep this fly off of him. Oh my god.
That was actually a nice little catch, and that's kind of one of the problems with Sephiroth's recovery. You know, it's a little bit linear, especially when he does keep himself charged out, you know, because he's getting the Octo Slash. You do have a little bit of time to kind of catch him on something. So that's just the pressure that Shuton's putting out, is forcing Ken to recover in some of these less optimal ways. Was that like a weak hitbox of up smash? What was that?
I believe so, and all of a sudden Shuton is still alive. Ken still can't get the stock out, is what I would say, but finally finding it. 131%. You have so much damage to make up for. Back throw just to keep Ken on the stage here, maybe try to mix him up a little bit. And Shuton needs to land anything. Neutraling, forwarding, backing, F tilt, down tilt, up tilt, you name it, Pyra's got it.
What? Here we go. Last stock scenario for both players here, but 144 on the Sephiroth. Oh, no way!
What?
Oh my god! You throw out a prayer and then you have just some DLC goodness. I can't believe that just killed him.
You know, against Ness I would have felt bad. Does Aegis deserve it? maybe a little tiny bit, maybe a little bit. The entire time, Ken was just getting Aegis in his face. Shuton was approaching and landing over and over again, edge guarding him until death. And then all it takes is that one scintilla punish. That's all that it takes. That is the beauty that Sephiroth can bring to the table. He is unexpectedly clutch. That scintilla is a comeback mechanic in of itself. That was insane.
Yeah,
59, Skiff.
I mean, I guess at 59 right there, right? So we know Scintilla is very powerful, but I feel like that move that it countered isn't exactly super strong. But I guess with all the rage too, he was basically at max rage at that point. I guess it makes sense, but still, what the heck?
Ultimate, baby. That's right. So, game number 3 between these two. Let's see what we got.
Well, we're going to get right back into small battlefield here, which I think is the right play, to be honest. Very, very neutral stage between the both of them, but also the fact that really Shuton was in control the entire time until really that last scenario.
If I'm Shuton, I'm feeling like a little bit disheartened, right? Because I had like such a massive lead. I was like doing so well. So it is a little bit mentally to come back from getting countered so soon. So let's see how this one ends up panning out. It's 3 stocks to 3. Ken right now just looking for a landing neutrally that he could combo into like a back A. Ooh, not able to get that grab off, but still quick enough to find the jab.
Ooh, okay, that was a little bit of a scary spot there. I feel like Ken usually isn't gonna just let you ledge trump him. He's gonna just roll right on. He's usually quick to be able to answer that. But that was definitely a scary spot. But we do have Ken breathing life right now. They got a nice little little breather taking that game too, especially after getting 0 to death to start that off. I mean, he really battled his way back into the set. And now, I mean, is in control here for game 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ooh, tried to go for that F tilt, tried to go for F smash as well, and now, as opposed to last game, Ken is successfully making it back onto the stage. I like that dash back. Ken knew that it was not his turn to play. He dashed back. He's able to keep up his position without overextending it.
Well, again, sometimes you just throw out that up smash, you will connect, you will advance in taking that stock. So beautifully played from Ken right now. They are definitely sitting pretty, and they're feeling very good.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Shuton tried to catch Ken on his way back down. Just gonna be dashing back a little tiny bit. Just always trying to stay just outside of Aegis's area of effect. The point is to trick him into thinking that you're not gonna land something, but Shuton connects that down and into the up area. Beautiful conversion to take that stock off.
Okay, goes to that side B. I feel like that's actually interesting. We have not seen the Shadow Flare very much, if at all, really this set. We just saw it for like the first time, I think, maybe this set? And it didn't connect, but he threw it out. That was very strange, you know, I'm just thinking about it.
Oh yeah. Okay, ooh, what a call out and a half Shuton with that directional air dodge. Not necessarily the best, yeah? And Ken has security massively for himself.
I thought he was just gonna keep doing it over and over again. Yeah, dude, Ken woke up. And this is a very scary spot for Shuton, right? Shuton, there we go with a Shadow Flare coming into play. Tacking on that hitbox. Give me that damage. No, air dodge just through. Yeah, dude, Ken's awake.
Ken is awake. Shuton, a little sleep right now. Okay, tries to hold it down at the ledge here. Ken just able to jump back on, air dodge. Oh my god, he wanted another air dodge call out so bad.
I mean, hey, he's definitely got Shuton shook, which is very good for Ken. I mean, we already went over it. Ken, lifetime record, at least from what we can see, is like 32% of the sets goes into Ken's favor, right? So Shuton definitely has his number for the most part. But right now, the way that Ken's playing, he is confident, and he wants his crack at T here.
Oh yeah. Okay, Shuton just really wants to be able to get this juggle. He's able to finally catch his landing and gets that edge guard going so deep for it. 91%, definitely doable with Aegis, definitely doable with Mythra, but you need to find this first opening. And that's always going to be the challenge, because you no longer can approach with like such reckless abandon as you did in the last game. You got a huge deficit. One overcommitment could mean death.
Okay, still living though. Now, this is where things get a little bit scary, right? Now, while Sephiroth is able to put down all this pressure, Mythra is a fantastic zone breaker. As we can see right there, forcing her way into center stage, now has Ken off. Oh my god, that could have been very scary, especially for a Rage Pyra. Again, Sephiroth being as big as he is, as light as he is, it really might just take that one down air into an up smash to close out the set, or this game, excuse me.
Ken is playing so safe. He is just completely outside of anything that Shuton can really scale him with at this point. But oh, his F-tilt was just off by a few frames. All of a sudden, Shuton has closed into space. He switched to the Pyra and maybe trying to catch an antsy early recovery. Uphill does not do it at 71. Ken lands with his own neutral air. Is he going to be able to find the stock skiff?
I don't know. It's going to be very scary. Look at, dude, the short hops right there. You're just waiting to see that back air come out. Terrifying position to be in for Shuton. Man, this is really going to come down to just the last hit. Next hit should probably win this. I mean, not if you're Mythra, but the back air from across the stage. And that is going to be able to be what closes out this game 3. What a scary, scary moment for both players there, especially for Ken, who worked so hard to maintain that lead and almost just flubbed it entirely.
Skiff, the entirety of that last interaction was all about positional pressure. All that Ken was looking for was so simple. The question is, how do you actually land a move as slow as back air? Right? Sephiroth is going to have to jump. It's a fair, commitment sometimes. He's dashing into Shuton's shield. He's dashing into Shuton's shield. He's saying, okay, you know what? I need to bait an out-of-shield option from you. Ken finally found it when he needed most. And all of a sudden, it's 2-1 in Ken's favor. Shuton is down a whole game off of what I felt like could have been Shuton's lead 2 games ago.
Yeah, honestly. It's actually 2 games now that I feel like Shuton's really flubbed it at the end, right? He had a fantastic lead in that game 2 that we mentioned, right? Started off with a crazy 0 to death, found a way to battle back that game 3 just to kind of drop it. I mean, it was a tough position. I can't fault him too much. Pressure, you know, can get to you sometimes. But now that's 2 games that Shuton really could have closed out to make this a 3-0.
Oh, for sure. Okay, quick little rapid jab just to get Ken off stage here. Dashing, shielding, looking for this next opening, falling back. He's not going to be able to confirm into the second one, but Shuton is still poised to continue this ledge trap. But a little bit too late on punishing the goal from ledge. Shuton has put himself in disadvantage.
Okay, there we go, the back throw. Tries to get a forward air to tack on some additional damage, and actually that's not a bad play here. What? What was that? Okay. All right, anyway. So, again, Aegis is one of those characters that, like, if you can find a poke on them, right, you send them at the right angle, they're not going to be able to recover half the time. It's just a matter of just making it happen, man. That scintilla was weird.
It was indeed, Skiff. And all of a sudden, Ken just looking to catch Shuton's landing here, but okay, setting up a tech chase and accidentally grabs the wrong direction. Shuton maybe thinking that he crossed up Ken. Either way, just shielding past that scintilla. Shuton playing so patiently, just shaking off that really unexpected stock.
Okay, there we go. The back air, trying to put on a little bit of extra damage. There we go. The double jump nair. Just continues to get these grabs. Honestly, the spacing that Ken has right now, he's playing like he's about to win this. What are you doing? Oh, God, look at that. Had to tilt the shield up, too.
You can't even punish it.
I know.
Punish it. There's nothing that you can do. Shuton just had to keep himself out of that situation, out of that spot. At least he lived. That's all that matters. At least he didn't eat a fully charged up smash to the face.
Yeah, that's right for sure. But right now, okay. Oh, goes for the up tilt. Okay. And actually some good DI in that, too. That was actually a quite the option to go for.
Oh, yeah. So good.
Oh, man.
Shuton wanted to jump on it. He saw that Ken was charging up neutral B, so Ken was just able to cancel it immediately. Shuton did not want to deal with a neutral B off stage. He baited him, he punished him, and Ken has a gentle lead.
All right. Oh, wow. That could have been a huge punish, but the roll behind, and Shuton stays elusive here. But, I mean, the way that Ken's playing right now, my goodness, man. Getting that dash attack in there, too. By the way, I feel like not enough people use Sephiroth's dash attack. That move's good. It's actually a good move.
Oh, indeed. It's so good at picking up stocks. It's so good at just, like, getting him that quick reach that he needs. And Shuton was a little bit too far off stage. Ken is going to take this set 3-1 in his favor. I gotta say, Skiff, I think Ken was moving this entire time. He was moving. His pressure was looking super, super tight. It was looking really solid. And there was just, I feel like, a couple of times where Shuton was struggling to get in and get out of shield. All that, a lot of Ken's gameplay was just, I'm gonna dash in, I'm gonna dash out, I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna back in. That Kavu Shuton jumping back in on him, and that also Kavu Shuton rolling in. He was rolling in a lot that game. He got exploited for it a couple of times, and I think Ken was just so good at punishing Aegis offstage. You have to punish Aegis offstage. That is the most vulnerable position to be in.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, right? Is like that's a tough matchup, and we talked about how Shuton has pretty much dominated, the sets between the two of them. But the way that Ken dropped that first game, and because Shuton was just playing great, honestly, just really just on fire from the get-go. But Ken was able to really wrangle in the rest of the pace for the rest of the set, especially after that comeback in game 2, right? Being down as much as he was, that probably definitely, gave him a little bit of gas to say, all right, look, I can punch this ticket through. I can punch my ticket to Grand here. And now he gets a rematch from winner semis earlier, where T actually ended up going 3-1 against him. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting, right? Well, I don't know what characters they played earlier. I was asleep. But this should be an interesting matchup altogether, right? Especially if we do see the battle of DLCs with Kazuya versus Sephiroth. I mean, that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. If anything, T's play is always exciting because oh man, sometimes he hits you and then he doesn't always have the most conventional follow-ups, but he still is able to just do Kazuya things onto his opponents. But then T's adaptation as a player is so solid. I think this is really, really